you, how do you handle all these people getting so excited from age of 5 to 75? How do you handle it even now?
It's a blessing. First of all, I'm here to wish my very, very dear friend Murli all the very best, because this movie, this biopic, people need to know what happened in his life. I remember meeting him the first time in 1993.
93.
That sounds
93,
ages ago. Yeah. But, we continue to be good friends. Coincidentally, I was in Sri Lanka just last month for UNICEF work. And I messaged Murli that I'm in your beautiful city. Where are you? He says, I'm in India. What are you doing in Sri Lanka? And that's how I'm here. He spoke to me for the first time about his biopic, and he said, would you be able to come for the event? Said, any time for you. ये इतना humble है, इतना simple है, in spite of achieving so much in life. It's impossible to refuse him. So
Thanks.
I said, I'm going to be there, and that's the only reason I'm here. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Murli sir, you've always had this smile on your face. You've always been a smiling assassin. You know, the poor fellow is smiling at you and the wicket is out. But generally speaking, your rivalry was legendary, of course. So you had the two gentlemen in that time that were Brian Lara sir and Sachin sir, the two greatest of all time. But you were like that common factor in the middle for everyone. It's almost like, the world was always against you, and you put on the TV at 9 o'clock in the morning for the test match, you're bowling. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're still bowling. Even if the rain has gone, you're bowling in the nets. So first, before I ask anything, how were you this machine who was able to bowl forever and ever and keep bowling all these overs? How?
First of all,
Yes.
thank you very much because coming for me and supporting me, and also, because I am also a fan of him, more than a colleague and a friend, and more a fan of him, because that what he has done in cricket, nobody could do, because it is impossible to generate even another 100 years. Nobody can come like him, because it's a fact. Because I'm not because of saying my friend, because it's a fact. Because when someone get 15 years a first class 100, it's impossible. In 16 years, 17 years, you're getting a test 100. It's also impossible. So you have shown the way of billions of people how to play cricket, how to be humble like him. And I've seen more cricketers. He's the most humble person in Indian cricket. Few words, and with the friends is enjoys, but few words with everyone. So I think he's the best forever, because another Sachin Tendulkar won't be born in this entire.
That's why they call him the
universe
master.
until my life finishes, right? So for your questions, what you asking, I forgot
So
about
forget
you.
it. But the question was very simple.
Yes.
You yourself, sir, are the greatest of all time from that side as well. I have to say this. We were always gunning for you when you were not playing against us. I hated you when you were playing against us. But otherwise, you just kept on and on. You were like a lone, like how Sachin sir at one time was probably one of the only people. If he got out, we switched off the TV. I'm sure with a lot of Sri Lankans across the world as well, if you were bowling and if you had a bad day, they'd be really disappointed. You were carrying the shoulder, the entire Sri Lankan team on your shoulders for so long. Just talk about that experience as well also, because in many ways you're very similar.
So two things. I know Sachin was carrying same way. It is harder because batsmen all have one chance. So one mistakes, you're finished. Bowler can do many mistakes, so I have a better chance of succeeding than him.
I'm still waiting for that juicy half volley. He has never bowled that to me.
So it was difficult, but thing is, because to carrying the whole team, because the reason was Sri Lanka was not a great side when I started, because then only it slowly became because legends like Sanath and Sangha to Mayala to Arjuna Aravinda all came that when we are playing our era. So that's why I think at the time, bowling wise, because see, I took a lot of wickets because I'm bowling one side because somebody has to take wickets, right?
You're
Then
very, very modest, sir.
No, and Vas and me to bowl because didn't have much. In later stage only the bowlers came, so I had opportunities, a lot of opportunities. The pressure is high, so that pressure because if you enjoy the game, you don't think about the end result. And you just want to just at the time, at the person who am I bowling to, on your day, you might beat that person. But some days, that person will beat. So you have to accept it. So I think I accepted and always didn't get upset getting wickets or not because keep a smile because I have to enjoy the game. So I will advise any cricketer rather than thinking about performance, just go and enjoy. Be great for the God because you are given the participation is more important than having succeed. So I think that's the way it is because I lived in 18 years in 16 years in 10 to 12 years in hostel. So that was given me a thought that you have to be like, sharing and be happy every time because there are a lot of problems you'll have, but still you have to be happy. So that's why that teach me to how to play cricket in the latter part of it.
So what do you think made Murli sir great? When they say that there's something that is always there, you played against the greatest of, all of the bowlers. What made him so special even while you were playing? Because I remember for a long time, Murli sir used to only bowl the incoming delivery. Eventually, later on, you developed the other bits and we saw, and just with that one ball also, he used to keep on at it. So what was so great about Murli sir as a bowler?
See, just now the way he answered that earlier question, that if an individual is not going to appreciate for what one is able to go out and do, how would the rest of the world appreciate? And that is what mental strength is all about. There are not going to be good times every time you go out. There are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be disappointments. But from those disappointments, how do you rise back, get on your feet and start competing? That makes you a real sportsman. And exactly that is what he possessed. He, like you said earlier, that he just loved bowling. But the whole world knew that he had a big turn. I mean, you make him bowl on a expressway, he is going to turn the ball. No matter how the surface is, Murli is going to turn the ball. And he did not rely only on that. Because just with that turn itself, he was a dangerous bowler. Because in our meetings, we would discuss hours on end how to tackle him, what are the signals to pick, all those things. But he kept reinventing himself.
No, so the signals I want to ask you. You said in an interview how you used to read on the hand.
I'm still figuring out.
No, I will say.
No.
See, definitely, some players read. I know he read me very well, right? Not many people can do. But Lara had success, but he never read me also.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't know what mechanism he did, but he read me, and also few people I know Rahul Dravid is one of the greatest players.
Yes.
He never read me.
Really?
I knew that. So Sachin always, him and Sehwag and those players in Gambhir are like the players. Some players read, some players even later, sometimes they play on that. So it's definitely I am saying he read me, few people read me, and even in my team, some people read and some people doesn't, because some are playing ways are different, because legend like him, he watch from the seam of the ball, from the hand itself. Some people doesn't, they do the pitch.
Of the pitch.
Yes.
And that's where he was. Yes.
So when, like he said, that very few guys read him. But in that also he wanted to develop more things, and if I'm not mistaken,